Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and the Elphapex team has finally sent me the DG1 home that I was able to buy myself. This has not been provided to me free, and they did some pretty crazy packaging. I've never seen anything like this. This miner is a script miner, allowing you to mine Dogecoin, Litecoin, merge mining, and they look like they vacuum sealed the entire thing. Let me flip this over so we can cut that open. All right, and with that cut off, here it is. Elphapex. Ooh, that shocked the hell out of me. Watch out for that styrofoam. Good thing this machine was off and I wasn't touching a board. But DG1 home server, 100 to 240 volt, 50 to 60 hertz, 10 amps. Attention, please use stable voltage. Operating environment should be 0 to 40 degrees Celsius. Well, Florida's pretty hot, so we'll find out about that. Do not touch the product by hand when operating. Make sure to disconnect all power outputs. And static shock the hell out of it. 2 ways to run it: standing on the rubber feet or laying sideways, so maybe like a rack mount, but I don't see any way to rack mount or hardware. Ooh, there's an antenna. It looks like an antenna. So let me get this thing out and shock myself some more. Coming all the way across the seat, they did a really good job of not only vacuum sealing it inside the foam, but they also have, you know, some moisture beads to kind of suck up any of the humidity so moisture doesn't get into the packaging. And you know, the front side of it's very beautiful. We got a quality pass sticker here. Wow, the front side, they changed it a lot since I saw it, or excuse me, the back side, they changed it a lot since I saw it at Mining Disrupt 2024. And so Ethernet cord reset, looks like a pinhole, so you're gonna have to put a pin in there. IP report, fault detection, type A, SD card reader, and then your antenna. Looks like we got some good ventilation for the power supply area and the rear. Not even sure what that is, but it looks like a daughter board in there. Looking in through the top, we can see some of the componentry. Looks like we got some dust on here, so obviously they were running it for quality check. Don't see the fans, but it looks like an AIO radiator in here. Look, you can kind of see the tank. Yeah, then there's the fans on the inside. You can barely see it. Ooh, I want to open this thing up. Ooh, we even got vents in the bottom. Okay, so you can see where the airflow is being sucked in. Let's see if we can open this thing up real quick. And in a different video, we'll go ahead and talk about performance and stuff like that. But this thing looks really nice. Really good job overall on the aesthetics of this particular device. Elphapex team, DG1 home. Cool beans. To open up this side panel, looks like we got 1, 2 screws up top, 1, 2, 3 screws on the rear side, and then we got a couple more screws. Some of them have the warranty sticker, but there's 3 more on the front side here. They just have the Elphapex logo. I don't think that's going to stop us. And then 2 more at the bottom to release this side panel. Let me go ahead and take these all off. All right, with all the screws taken out, you just slide this side panel off, and then here it is. So it does have, wow, look at the thickness of that radiator. I'm gonna measure that out. Looks like they could fill it right here. A fill port that's closed off right now. Then you got 2 braided hoses that go into the actual hashboard unit, and here's the pump. Not sure what pump combo it is. It does look like a D5 pump. You can see the way the flow goes, right? So water is going in through the radiator into the pump, spin around, goes out through this hose right here, which is actually going underneath the unit, and then into, I'm guessing, the block that cools this component, and then circulates through the board, and then comes back out here, back into the radiator. So technically the block, there's obviously a block underneath this part right here, right? So this is the back side that's getting cool air blown over it. On the other side might be the chips, and the water block that's going to have channels that make the water go a particular way. Probably going to go looping around this way and then come back up and out. But that's cool. I thought this was just an air-cooled, you know, script miner. Here's the control board here. Looks like we got a rock chip right there. Pulse. We got some Micron what looks to be memory chips or maybe controllers. If you want, Matt Electron can probably look these up. If not, you guys can by just looking up the names on it. We got 4 fans. Well, 3 to the front side of the radiator. And I believe these are in pull. All right, so they're pulling air through the radiator and then in and then out the back here. Or they could be push. So there's not much air besides right here. There's not much air coming through here. So maybe it's pulling. Yeah, it might be pulling air. So it's pulling air from the bottom and the top into this unit and then out through this radiator. We'll have to see. I'll have to turn it on and see which way the airflow is going. You can see how they're connecting the power. Down here you got your red and your black leads, your power bus. All right, so those are 2 bus bars that are leading up into unit. Power supply, I'm not sure. It just says Elphapex, and there's the ground connection right there. But I'm not sure what kind of power supply. Maybe we can get some details. So it's a switching power supply. It's called an FP10, but I can't really see all the great details. Or, excuse me, FP104 is what I'm seeing. So not sure what the power supply is rated for, but it should be more than enough to handle what this particular script miner is calling for. So now let's just go ahead and get it set up and see how loud it is. Well, it's going to be hard to tell how loud it is because I'm going to put it next to my immersion cooler from Foghashing with my 2 S19K Pros. But let's get this set up and see what it sounds like, and then in a different video see what the performance is like. Alright, it's not exactly in the best spot, but here it is, ready to go. It is off the floor, got a very small gap. Everything is cleaned up here in the garage, and we just need to power it on. And you can see how close they look. I mean, Elphapex did a great job again with the aesthetics of the system. It's not air cooled like the Jazz miner, but you can see just how similar they are. Like similar in height, similar in width. Obviously they got beveled edges or rounded corners, so it looks a lot, you know, sleeker rather than these sharp edges or sharp corners on the Jazz miner. And it's cooled via liquid versus just air cooled. But now let's power it on, and the loudest thing you're hearing right now is actually the mini Doge, which if we turn off, the only thing we're gonna hear is the immersion cooling for my S19K Pros. So let's see, 1, which way are the fans blowing on this Elphapex, but 2, how loud it gets on boot up. Ooh, I heard the pump whirl as all the bubbles went out. Now what's crazy to me is the pump is about the same height as the radiator, right? You can see the radiator, the top expansion tank. This hose is the highest point. Like I can actually touch it through this grill. So if there's any air bubbles, it's either gonna get stuck in this hose or at the top here by the expansion tank. But let's listen. Not sure if you could hear that, but the fans are not spinning at the moment, and all that was just gurgling of the water circulating through the system. So all the lights are looking good, so now it's just a matter of logging into it and managing it, and I will show you all that in a different video. But as far as what you get, it's a pretty sleek device. It allows you to mine script coins or script algorithm, Litecoin, Dogecoin, a bunch of merge mine like Bellcoin, and so much more. Very interested to see how profitable this thing maintains over the long term, and some of the other DG1 or DG products from the Elphapex team. But that's going to do it for today's video. So do me a favor on the way out, hit that like button, get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.